G'day folks, Andy here from McDowall Manor. So we're in the hen house with Coral and Ruby. That's Coral looking at me there. Oh, not Ruby, that's Pearly. In some sad chicken news, I actually lost Ruby. So Ruby was my favourite chicken, but she had reproductive issues, and I'm afraid poor little Ruby had to be put down. That's little Coral there, the darker one. Quite vocal. This is Betty. She's replaced my little favourite cuddly chicken. Gotta say, she's not very cuddly. Can you see the green? She's a very pretty chicken. You can see the green on her back and the red on the front of her there. She's still quite young. She hasn't developed her comb yet. She was sold as what's known as a Bond Black. It's an Australorp crossed with the Rhode Island Red. That's where poor little Betty spends a lot of her day, I'm afraid, because the other girls bully her. She's a bit bolder when I'm here for some reason. She seems to have worked out she doesn't need to be scared of me, and usually the only time I turn up is with a handful of food for her. I'm feeding her separately so the others can't bully her. It's that little bowl down there. And she's got her own water as well. Hello, Betty. This is the front of the chicken coop. You'll probably recall that was a repurposed husky dog house from when I lost my old husky girls. There's the little ramp that they used to get up on the veranda. That's the new arbor bed. You can see what happened was I had a lot of hedge clippings laying around, so I've shoved all them up, mulched them up, shoved them in the bottom, and I'm slowly filling that with dirt. We've actually got a few things in the other one now. There's a little pomegranate there, and beside it is a series of capsicums or peppers. That thing in the middle is an interesting one. That's a feijoa. A lot of people actually, it's a New Zealand fruit, I believe, and a lot of people call it pineapple guava. He seems quite happy there. That's great. On the other side is some very, very exciting news. Probably not for any normal gardener. What you're looking at there is a sea of garlic. Now here in the tropics we have a hell of a job growing garlic. I've actually got this lot to come up. I've picked local varieties, so there's Glen Large, that's up that end I believe, and then there's elephant garlic down that end. They're coming up as well, which is really great. First time ever, folks. We've got some gooseberries have come up, so I've put them in there. They'll pretty much fill that entire side once they go. I've got a little bit of kale growing in there, and some shallots that we had at the shop. We chopped the top off and ate them, and you just replant the bottom, as you can see, and they sprout off and you get another lot of shallot out of there. On the other side of the yard, in the little dog's yard, I'm very excited that we got those 3 lemons. Now I was looking around the other day, and although, oh yeah, there you go, look at that. There's a couple more little lemons coming. I'm amazed that tiny little slip of a tree shoved in a pot actually producing lemons. It's fantastic. The other thing I wanted to show you particularly was the ginger. I grow ginger in this pot, and behind, where are we? There he is, Andy. That's a flower, so I'll be very interested to see what that looks like. I've never had my ginger flower, probably because it lives in such impoverished conditions, but anyway. A few tomatoes coming up out of the top of that vertical garden. That, you lazy mug Andy, you still haven't bloody planted it. The basil's gone feral. We had a lot of water, and that produced a lot of basil. This is a lemony hibiscus. cranberry hibiscus it's called. I had to chop a big heap out of that because it had gone crazy. The sweet leaf, I've actually cut that back a lot. Now you can't tell from the weather on the video clip, but it's supposed to be autumn. It's as hot as hell. No sign of autumn, but there was for a couple of days. So good old Andy goes out and cuts back the sweet leaf, and of course ever since I did that it's been as hot as Hades. So I probably jumped the gun, but it's not going to hurt him anyway, just shoots back. Also managed to acquire a couple of banana trees, which I'm very excited about. I've got 2 of those in. Got no idea what variety they are. I guess it's going to be a wait and see, but yeah, that's quite exciting. Little marigold down there I grew from seeds. Parsley's behind it, starting to come back. We're about to have a bloody bumper crop of papaya or pawpaws, whichever name you like to use. It's going crazy. Last time I had that amount on there, the whole branch fell off. You can see it's happened several times, so I'm hoping this branch is fat enough at the join there that they're going to be able to come to fruition. Now that's a pot that's not really doing much of anything. And then what it does make the point though is there's a gooseberry come up in the middle, and I've realised there's bloody gooseberries coming up all over my yard. It's great. Big girl's yard. In the same vein, in this bed, the reasonably new bed where I put that ruby grapefruit, there's bloody gooseberries coming up all through that as well. I don't know what's happening. It's obviously been in, I've had a few old gooseberries in the compost and they've loved it. Anyway, yeah, there you go, gooseberry heaven. Also trying to tidy up out the front in the building site garden. Haven't been happy for years with the building site garden. What I am happy about is, Jesus, that creek works a treat, I've got to say, folks. Absolutely. Well, you would have seen in the last video. I'm tempted, I think we're going to go a lot more ornamental out here. So the little pomegranate that was out here you saw before got moved out the back. What I've decided to do is stop fighting the soil and try and work with it. So we're going to put a few roses in. I've already got 2 in. Those 2 are double delights. Roses don't mind crap soil, shale and clay and stuff, so that's what they're going to get out here, I'm afraid. I moved the orange slightly, and the mulberry, dwarf mulberry, is still in the same spot. The little lime's shooting quite nicely, and I reconsolidated, moved all the grass I've dug out. You can see all the mess where I've been digging, and reconsolidated all this grass in you know, more dense clumps down the bottom here. So hopefully I'll end up with a sort of 3-level effect through here is what I'm going for. I want pretty flowering plants right up across there up the front. Then behind that I want a row of roses, mid-height plants. Then behind that we'll have the fruit trees. So as you can see, that's still unfolding.